Wait a minute!
It's your turn.
Just wait a minute!
All right. All right. You let me know when you're ready, then.
What time is it? Well, it's time for... Yes! And leading our teams in today's youth sawing are our teen sawing leaders from Lord Crayon Correspondence Technical Vocational School, Celso and Joaquin. Is everybody ready? Okay, teens. Begin to saw!
This program for an emergency broadcast. Good afternoon. A severe worldwide nuclear war has broken out. Take cover immediately. Do not remain seated. I repeat, a nuclear war has broken. Take cover. Newspaper or under a refrigerator. Please make sure all cigarettes are extinguished.
Well, pull my lips off. Looks like a bunch of people. Must be some sort of... is there some kind of parade on or something?
Oh, did you look at my letters?
No,
You looked at my letters.
I did not.
You did.
If you think I did, then you're just one of those people who thinks like
You
that.
really disappoint me. You looked at my letters.
Well, thank you very much. I did not. I could have, but I didn't. I do not.
Well, you do.
I do not.
You do so.
I'm sorry, but I do not.
You do. I've seen you do it 100 times.
I do not.
Look, would you stop sawing the table?
What? I'm not.
Why do you always saw everything in this house?
Why are you always shaking your eyes?
I don't shake them
Yes,
like I used
you
to.
do. You're always shaking your eyes here. Shaking your eyes there. Shake it here. Shake it there. Why don't you go join some stupid shake and rock and roll band?
I don't.
Hey, shake your eyes at me, lady. That's what they say.
I do not.
And I thought you wanted to play some Scrabble.
I did. You don't. And stop sawing the table.
I'm not.
You are sawing the table.
I'm not. I'm not. Oh, swat. Oh, swat. Wait, you want to go outside? Is that what you want? What? Say what? Okay, there you go. Gee, it's days like this that you don't feel like doing anything.
Come on. Let's finish the game.
This is the house that Jack built. It is just like the house that Ralph built, which is just like the house that Charlie and Tom and Pete and Fred and Sam, Dave, Gordon, Don, and Alf built. This is the voice that speaks in the house that Jack built. And this is the wife that turns on the voice that speaks in the house that Jack built. This is the bill that worries the wife that turns on the voice that speaks in the house that Jack built. This is the car with the crumpled horn that drives Jack to work to pay for the bill that worries the wife that turns on the voice that speaks in the house that Jack built. This is the city with its millions of Jacks and its millions of Ralphs and its millions of Charlies and Toms, Petes, Freds, Sams, Daves, Gordons, and Jims, all paying off debts that are up to their chins. And these are the days that make up the weeks, that make up the months, that make up the year, that make them secure, so they'll stay at their jobs, buy lots of things, and build them a house like Jack built.
Oh, I'm tired of this rat race. I want to be different.
One day, while Jack was on his way home from work,
Oh, this car isn't worth beans.
Hold on a minute. I'll give you these beans for that car, mister.
Jack absently made the business transaction. When he arrived home, Jack showed the beans to his wife.
Oh, Jack, how could you? Oh, you stupid fool! Oh, how could you?
Lo and behold, the following morning,
Wow, the beans were magic.
Ooh,
It goes clear up to the sky.
that's me.
I'm going to climb it and see where it goes, dear.
Okay,
Don't wait up.
don't forget your sweater. There he goes.
Wow, what a strange and wondrous land. Why, richness and grandeur are everywhere.
the long climb, however, had given Jack a tremendous appetite.
Yes?
I've just finished a considerable climb, ma'am, and I'm very hungry.
Oh, well, come on in, come in. You can eat all you want.
The kind lady presented Jack with an enormous feast, which he promptly dug into. Jack had no sooner finished the meal when...
My husband, hide, quickly.
I smell the blood of a middle-class scum. Fee, fi, fo, fum.
It's only the caviar burning, dear. Dinner's ready. Come on now, dinner's ready.
Mr. Giant happened to be hungry as a bear, so grumbling amiably, he sat down to feast. Before him lay a tremendous platter of pheasant under glass. With much relish, hot sauce, and gusto, Mr. Giant ate every one. Upon finishing, he withdrew a leather case from his jacket, inside which was a golden mirror.
You are fantastic. You are wonderful. You can leap the tallest building with a single bound. You are 6'3". You have all your hair and you have no cavities. You are terrific. You are unique. You're beautiful. I'll see you in my dreams.
Wow! Is he ever unique? That must be a magic mirror. I've got to have it for my very own.
Jack wasted no time. Quickly lifting the golden mirror, he fled back to the beanstalk and back to his home and wife.
I'm home.
That's nice, dear.
The following morning, Jack reported to work as usual.
You idiot! You dim-witted stumblebum! Your absence yesterday cost this firm plenty. You half-grown, bald-headed boob! How dare you to abuse the policy of this firm? You fool, you clod, you pea-brained, idiotic fountain of stupidity! You ought to be tarred, feathered, fractured, folded, spindled, and
You're one of the
mutilated.
10 best dressed
you
men
fool,
in the
you
world.
clod, you imbecile, you ninja.
You're marvelous. Dynamic. You know who you are, Jack? You're a natural leader, a king. You're Big Jack, the giant killer. You're terrific. You're grandiose, a winner, an unbelievable person, and you're warm, and you're everything. You're fired.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, and here's my key to the executive washroom.
This is the new house that Jack built. It's not quite like the house that Farnsworth, Dummix, Vanderslide, Lotsrock, Fleeceline, and Green Pockets built. This is the voice that speaks in the house that Jack built. And this is the car with the silver horn that drives Jack to work at 6 in the morning. And these are the 24-hour days that make up the weeks, that make up the months, that make up the year. These are the pills he takes for his ills. This is the X-ray that sums up his day. This is the club with the alcohol rub. This is the bar with the muffled noise where deals are made with some of the boys. This is the convention some spare time is spent in. This is his villa in southern Manila. This is the basin his yacht has a race in. This is the beach his office can reach. And this is his trip at split-second clip. And these are his pets whose names he forgets. This is Jack's Peak. His climb was unique.
You two-bit mirror. I'm tired of being unique. I want to be different.
When Alice Phelps left home that day to go to her judo class, she told her husband Ralph to clean off the front walk before he left for work.
Is that all right with you?
But Ralph never did what his wife told him to do. When Ralph returned home, there was a body lying on his front stairs. It was the mailman. He had obviously slipped on the ice that Ralph hadn't cleaned away and broken his neck. Ralph, fearing the wrath of the letter carriers' union, carried the body into the house. He decided he would put the body into the trunk of his car and dump it somewhere before anyone noticed that the mailman was missing. A problem struck him. If the police investigated the disappearance of the mailman, there was a rather obvious clue. All the houses on the mailman's route preceding his own would have had a mail delivery that day. Those after his would not. Ralph wondered if he should turn himself in. He remembered that a mailman had once broken his leg on a friend's property, and that had cost the friend a lot of money. A broken neck was probably considered as bad as 10 broken legs. Ralph poured himself a drink to steady his nerves. Then he undressed the mailman, and leaving the mailman comfortably in a living room chair, put on the mailman's uniform and went out to deliver the mail. No one noticed that it was Ralph delivering the mail instead of the regular mailman. When he got home, he found that his key was still in his own pants, not in the mailman's pants. He tried to get in a window. He was spotted by some policemen in a passing police car. They accused him of trying to break into the house. Ralph claimed that it was his own house. The policemen were doubtful that a mailman could afford such a large house. Ralph remembered that there was a body in his living room and dropped the subject. As they were taking him away, a policeman told Ralph that he was a disgrace to the letter carriers' union. When Alice came home, she found that the window had been forced open. She found the mailman, the pile of clothing, and the open bottle. She'd had an affair with the mailman some months before. She'd broken off with him, but it seemed he had come back. He had broken into the house to see her.
Hello?
And not finding her, had drunk half a bottle of whiskey, ripped off his clothes, and fallen into a stupor. It was just like him, she thought. Fearing that Ralph would return soon and find him there, she dressed the mailman, put him in the car, drove to his apartment, carried him up the stairs, and put him to bed. She gave him a last kiss before leaving. For the first time, she noticed he wasn't breathing. For the first time, another possibility occurred to her. Perhaps the mailman had been surprised by Ralph. And Ralph had killed him. Perhaps Ralph was out buying a gun right at that moment to kill her, too. Alice drove away to another province and started a new life under the name Patricia. Meanwhile, Ralph was being released from the police station. Letter Carriers Union, still under the misapprehension that Ralph was the regular letter carrier, had paid his bail. When he got home, he noticed the body had disappeared. He burned the mailman's uniform and resolved to forget the whole thing. When the trial date for the mailman arrived, he did not show up. The authorities went to the mailman's apartment and found that he had passed away in his bed. One of the policemen noticed that he looked different, but another said that was just because he was dead. The coroner was surprised to find that the mailman had died of a broken neck in bed. He surmised that the mailman, filled with remorse for his crime, had dreamed that he was being hanged. The resulting reflex of his neck muscles had snapped his neck. After a while, Ralph stopped worrying about the fact that the body had disappeared and that his wife had never come back. And in all the long and happy years that followed, Ralph never cleaned the walk.
rattled. The clerks rattle me. The wickets rattle me. The sight of the money rattles me. Everything rattles me. The moment I cross the threshold of a bank and attempt to transact business there, I become an irresponsible idiot. I knew this beforehand, but my salary had been raised to $50 a month, and I felt that the bank was the only place for it. So I shambled in and looked timidly around at the clerks. I had an idea that a person about to open an account must needs consult the manager. I went up to a wicket marked accountant. The accountant was a tall, cool devil. The very sight of him rattled me. My voice was sepulchral. "Can I see the manager?" I said, and added solemnly, "Alone." I don't know why I said alone. "Certainly," said the accountant, and fetched him. The manager was a grave, calm man. "Are you the manager?" I said. God knows I didn't doubt it. "Yes," he said. "Can I see you?" I asked. "Alone." I didn't want to say alone again, but without it the thing seemed self-evident. The manager looked at me in some alarm. He felt that I had an awful secret to reveal. "Come in here," he said, and led the way to a private room. He turned the key in the lock. "We are safe from interruption here," he said. "Sit down." We both sat down and looked at each other. I found no voice to speak. "You are one of Pinkerton's men, I presume," he said. He had gathered from my mysterious manner that I was a detective. I knew what he was thinking, and it made me worse. "No, not from Pinkerton's," I said, seeming to imply that I came from a rival agency. "To tell the truth," I went on, as if I'd been prompted to lie about it, "I'm not a detective at all. I've come to open an account. I intend to keep all my money in this bank." The manager looked relieved, but still serious. He concluded now that I was a son of Baron Rothschild or a young Gould. "A large account, I suppose," he said. "Fairly large," I whispered. "I propose to deposit $56 now and $50 a month regularly." The manager got up and opened the door. He called to the accountant. "Mr. Montgomery," he said, unkindly loud, "this gentleman is opening an account. He will deposit $56. Good morning." I rose. A big iron door stood open at the side of the room. "Good morning," I said, and stepped into the safe. "Come out," said the manager coldly, and showed me the other way. I went up to the accountant's wicket and poked the ball of money at him with a quick, convulsive movement. My face was ghastly pale. "Here," I said, "deposit it." The tone of the words seemed to mean, "Let us do this painful thing while the fit is on us." He took the money and gave it to another clerk. He made me write the sum on a slip and sign my name in a book. I no longer knew what I was doing. The bank swam before my eyes. "Is it deposited?" I asked in a hollow, vibrating voice. "It is," said the accountant. "Then I want to draw a check." My idea was to draw out $6 of it for present use. Someone gave me a checkbook through a wicket, and someone else began telling me how to write it out. The people in the bank had the impression that I was an invalid millionaire. I wrote something on the check and thrust it in at the clerk. He looked at it. "What? Are you drawing it all out again?" he asked in surprise. Then I realized that I'd written 56 instead of 6. I was too far gone to reason now. I had a feeling that it was impossible to explain the thing. All the clerks had stopped writing to look at me. Reckless with misery, I made a plunge. "Yes, the whole thing. You withdraw your money from the bank?" "Every cent of it." "Are you not going to deposit any more?" said the clerk, astonished. "Never." An idiot hope struck me that they might think something had insulted me while I was writing the check, and that I'd changed my mind. I made a wretched attempt to look like a man with a fearfully quick temper. The clerk prepared to pay the money. "How will you have it?" he said. "What?" "How will you have it?" Oh. I caught his meaning and answered without even trying to think. In 50s. He gave me a $50 bill. In the 6, he asked dryly. In 6s, I said. He gave it to me and I rushed out. As the big door swung behind me, I caught the echo of a roar of laughter that went up to the ceiling of the bank. Since then, I bank no more. I keep my money in cash in my trousers pocket, and my savings in silver dollars in a sock.
che velocità! Resisto alle tue tentazioni.
Buongiorno, amore, Gloria, bacialo, buongiorno.
Sono sordo alla tua canzone. Saltare di gioia in famiglia. Amo spingeri miei pesci. Bene, masterò che sei debole. Ballare e cantare. Vieni qui, sono molto turbato. Momenti fa avverrà adesso che una battaglia mia allo suo questo stato continuerà per sempre una pena stupida. Quanta bella questa!
Is there intelligent life in space? Last week we discovered that we are not alone. With this film, the door to the universe opens for every Martian. First films of our successful Earth shot from the cameras on our orbiting spaceship. Despite the poisonous oxygen-laden atmosphere, signs of a civilization. And then the big news. There is life on Earth. Although no landing was attempted on this trip, it's obvious we've got a lot to learn from the Earthling. Now, first close-up shots of that Earthling. Here we see him at dinner, a carefully regulated meal, after which he takes shelter for the night. He needs his rest. As you will see, it's going to be a busy day. For most Earthlings, it appears to be all play and no work. Anything that stands in the way of the smooth, fast life is not tolerated for long. Loud honking and squawking brings a worker on the double. Each day, the Earthling proceeds to prearranged gathering places. first, our scientists were puzzled by this stately procession. The simple reason, they enjoy each other's company and have an almost compulsive desire to play elaborate games together. Occasionally, they stop to chat, but any lag in games and dancing brings a sharp response from briskly efficient social directors who never leave their posts. Furious fun and exhaustion. There's a steady run on spas and medical centers. Nor is the mind neglected. Education is everywhere. He spends a lot of time browsing in curiously designed libraries. Often connected to such libraries are audio-visual centers. From every angle and by every means, the Earthling is being conditioned. What is he learning? What is his ultimate purpose? It is here in this retirement park that the meaning of his joyous celebrations and feverish education becomes clear. The mature individual is now ready to make his essential contribution to his civilization. He instructs a worker to prepare him for his last act. He is now in proper shape to reproduce. Earthlings have done away with the stresses and untidiness of sex. The reproductive process takes place in 3 or 4 huge breeding centers. Although this process is shrouded in secrecy, our scientists believe that it must go something like this. A newborn Earthling, full grown, ready for a place in society. It seems odd that such a highly developed civilization has not yet found a way to combat parasites. These pesky little creatures build huge hives or nests, which often block or slow down the orderly progress of the Earthling. However, the Earthling seems to have this matter in hand. The eradication of these pests is obviously a top priority job for the working class. And so we look forward to our first soft landing and direct contact with the fascinating Earthling. Well done, scientists of Mars.